going good.
Updated 2 days ago. The one you sent home with fever. He called me Theodore.
68 right here.
I have whipped him. His father has whipped him. He's very sorry. We are very sorry.
Super long.
Blood cleaver.
So I just gotta pen these back.
Called me Theodore.
I'm gonna finally use this. So I was gonna cut it, but then I thought I'll just hem it back in case I want to use it at a different time, in case the canopy is like taller. Well, the bed part, I mean the frame. Okay. So I'm gonna redo this. I should have marked it. But that's what I'm doing today. This will help me hold up my fabric while I'm doing this.
Mom? Are you calling someplace today? Yes, Beaver. As a matter of fact, I am. I'm going down to your school. Any idea why your principal would want to talk to you?
I'll mix this leave you some.
Maybe why, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
Bye.
that'll work. Thank you, son. I'm gonna remark this.
I'm sorry if they said about the note. I'm just thinking well about his part of it. Well, I hope Theodore isn't too upset. And I hope you'll be back in school tomorrow. Yes, will you? Back in school tomorrow? You had told me this morning, isn't he here now? I'm afraid not. Miss Canfield reported the nurse. That was over 2 hours ago. Where do you suppose he is? I wouldn't worry. They never go pop. Or do you really think he's run
I
away?
did not take it to the count of the boots. I should take 2 inches off. So that'll be
No, but he's been here. This is my
60.
spot. Oh, wouldn't you know?
6.
Didn't need a tomato or do him.
I want you to take us every place you think you might be.
Okay.
So I just want to mark this and then I'll get started.
Well, he was around here the other evening, lighting a mason jar full of fireflies. Don't believe I've seen him since. These people looking for your brother because he's done something wrong?
We're looking for him because we're his parents.
Parents, huh? You sure don't look like he described you.
Hi, Frida. Good to see you. I'm just hemming my son's canopy curtain. It's too long. It's like this much too long. It
I've
is.
seen the beaver in a couple of days.
Let me
He
see.
was in last Saturday.
See how many.
Or a can of grease
We
on
put
him.
it on,
But I ain't seen him
and the dimensions work.
No, well, thanks a lot, Cass.
It is like
Yes, much life.
17 inches too long. So it just kind of like drapes on the floor, and then we end up tripping on it.
Yeah, they were here.
I marked it off.
What have you been up to?
We'll just leave that there. So I got it marked off. It'll be good.
Of course not.
I ran away.
son made some pizza, so it's been pizza all weekend. Yesterday we had pizza, and so he wanted pizza again today. So he made some pizza.
You ain't seen anybody, mister. Well, he's about 8 years old.
I've been working on some projects,
What's he look like?
and
You know, he looks like a kid. He was wearing jeans and a blue sweater.
catching up on stuff this weekend. So I know this upcoming week it's gonna be like hectic for me again. I try to get stuff done in the week, so I don't have to.
What are you doing up there?
I try to plan up ahead of time.
What looks like you might tell.
Beaver, come on out, boys. Supper's ready.
Let me get my laptop just a moment. I forgot to bring him over.
Out of that tree? I can't, so hit me. He's been up there an hour, lady.
Well, we've been looking for him all day. Beaver, come on down here. What's the trouble?
There's a boy up there in that tree.
Oh, I thought it was a cat. Come on, here.
Hi, Wally. Hi, Big. You squeal on me. I had to. You know how it is.
Ah,
Thank you, man. You're not out of entry this minute. Stop this moving.
let's see.
I'm not coming down. You'll hit me.
You just better bet. Why, Beaver, you know we never hit you.
What about the time I spilled the ink on the rug?
Never mind.
I don't think he's coming down.
I'm not all right.
So I went and ordered a star screwdriver for my dryer
Stay here until I die.
so that I can get working on it.
All right.
And
All right, Beaver. You want to stay up there? I guess your father, Wally, and I just have to go home and have supper. You gonna leave me here alone? Well, that's what you want. But if it rains, I'll get all wet. Yes, I guess you will. I better come home and get my raincoat. My raincoat's back up here. You know, that's a good idea. Boy, when they get home, they'll really kill him. I gave the beaver a hot bath. A little worse for wear.
I'm in such good shape myself.
Ward,
Uh-huh.
do you think he would really have stayed up there until he died?
Sure. I would have when I was a kid. You said you were going to, you did.
Ward?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. The beaver, he was scared running away. You think Miss Canfield will understand all that?
She might. I think it's a pretty good chance she was a kid once herself.
You know, you can catch up with the rest of the class tomorrow.
Okay, let's clear the energy of this. It still has the last month's energy.
You know what was in that
I can
note?
feel it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play smoking the bed. Well, that's right. Why would you assume that what I wrote in the note was something bad? I don't know. You must have had a reason. Well. Well, I guess it's because you're a teacher. Theodore, teachers aren't the natural enemies of little boys. You know, it's very hard to be a good teacher. Well, someone once said that
question that you've been contemplating and debating
Children and adults
this
look at the
week.
world through different eyes. When you're young, a policeman stands 10 feet tall.
And it says here, use
And
your
each kid
intuition.
is supposed to
You
be
got the
true.
Loon. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Okay, let me turn this down.
One marble, pieces of candy, that's like peanut shells. Here's peanut Peruvian nickel. Oh, a cow.
Okay. And the pros of your question, of listening to yourself, is your emotions are running high, and the con of the question is passion and fire. And the answer is there's a struggle. Let me see. Okay. Maybe there's something that is making that you're thinking about the questions that you have, and it's causing you maybe anxiety, maybe overthinking, overanalyzing, that your emotions are running high. And that's a good thing if you're using your intuition, because when that happens, your flight or flight instincts kick in, whether you should stay or leave. And when that kicks in, you have to come from a place of intuition to make quick choices, quick, fast choices. And when you make those quick, fast choices, be careful, because you're in a very fiery, passionate energy. So just take a deep breath when your emotions are running high, when you have to, when you're contemplating to do something, when you're contemplating what you should and shouldn't do, your intuition will know. Whatever your soul is telling you in this energy, this high emotion energy, listen to it. What is it telling you? It's your way of knowing things that, how could I put this? You know stuff without, you just know you know. So it comes from a place where your ancestors are also telling you what you should do, and maybe it's a bad. Sometimes feelings could run like it's a good feeling, and sometimes it could be like it's a bad feeling, like maybe this is not a good idea. Listen to those this week. Really tune in on your intuition and listen to what it's telling you. Especially when you have a very busy life, and maybe you need, when your emotions are running high, maybe you just need to take a deep breath, take a break from what you're doing, and just recollect yourself. And just take a moment. Just have a moment for yourself, where you can find that space and just ground yourself. And everyone has a certain way of seeking solitude. Perhaps, some people like to draw. People like something whatever your hobby is that could help ground you. Most people like to draw, color, watch a favorite show to make you laugh. Even just sitting there in the moment, in the stillness, in the quietness of your day, those can be grounding moments too. Those could meditation time. You could sit there and just just breathe, take a breath, take a moment. And then if you're trying to manifest something, if you have a goal or a plan for the week or even for your day, take those moments to focus on those goals. Even if it's just tackling the laundry, even if domestic duties, that can weigh on a person, especially, if you got a household to run and there's unfinished stuff you got to do. Those little things that bother you, get those out of the way. Get it out of the way so it's no longer on your mind, bothering you. And you don't have to tackle it all at once. It could be overwhelming. So you may want to break those down into small little goals over the course of the week or even during the course of your day. You could start off on one little section, organize and declutter. Oftentimes as human beings, when there's too much happening around us, too much clutter, too much of anything could be disruptive to your thinking process. And maybe even if it's like just there, you just need to organize it, put it in good places where you can see it and feel good. Because I like to work in a clean space where I can think. I like to work in a place where I feel like I know where things are at, and I feel really good, and I can tackle my goals. And sometimes I work on collages, like old magazines. That's just me though. I will cut out photos from magazines, and then I will put it together, like a goal, something that I want to do, and I can see it every day. So I have those too as well. That could be helpful if you like to do that. If you got some glue and some construction paper, or if you have a tack board of your own. I don't know. It's a matter of personal preference of how you want to set your goals, of how you want to see it. And there's often times when you feel like there's too much happening around you. That can, if you clarify those and just get those out of the way, that can be very helpful for you as well. And this passionate fire energy, so that's a con, so that's the downside of being overthinking, having too much anxiety, having too much on your plate, wanting to do too much at one time. That, whatever that passion is that's in you, it's causing your emotions to run high. It's causing you to be anxious, overanalyzing and overthinking. So really just take the time to step back, breathe, and ground yourself. And just really listen to your intuition. What is your intuition telling you? And just go with that. Go with the positives. Go with something that's realistic. Realistic approaches is what we're going for here. Listen to your intuition on that. And because so there's a thing here. The answer is that could be a struggle. Emotions are running high, could be a struggle. And the downside of that is having too much fiery energy, having a lot of passion for what you want to do. So maybe all of that. So you see here just a lot of so this is the query, looking into it. You're intuitive, and the pros of that is emotions will be high, and the con of it is the passion and the fiery energy. And the answer to it is it will be a struggle, but you'll be going in the right direction, because a fish does not go upstream just for nothing. A fish goes upstream because it's its life purpose. It goes upstream to spawn. Some fishes, they go upstream to spawn, and some even die in the process. I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's the life goal to do whatever it takes. Some get very injured going upstream, so that's not to be taken literally. It's to just be aware. Do not hurt yourself in the process when you're in this very fiery energy. When you're trying to use your intuition, your emotions are running high. So just be very careful of all of that. Don't overexert yourself. Don't injure yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. Just, it's meant to be. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, your goals, it's meant to be. It is meant to be, and you will be divinely guided in a manner that this fish is divinely guided. And you see all the there's like waves and waters around the fish. So when you're going against the current or a natural flow of things, just take care of yourself. Make sure you're strong enough mentally, physically, and spiritually to tackle your goals. Don't make it a Herculean effort to where it seems the impossible. You can break whatever that Herculean task feels like into smaller things and make it a realistic action. You can turn that into some realistic approaches, and just use your intuition. You yourself know what you're capable of, what your limits are. So go with your intuition. What feels right, what feels too much, what feels wrong, really listen to that. This will help you. Your intuition, like the fish, will help you get to where you're going. Just really take care of yourself when you're in this energy. Because a lot of our goals sometimes could be could probably trigger something inside of yourself. So like for instance, let's say maybe you're wanting to do something you've always wanted to do as a child. Some goals could be triggering, and that could cause you to have emotions running high and very passionate, fiery energy. So maybe maybe you feel like it'll never happen and it won't work. And like the fish, it seems impossible, but it's still gonna do it. I like how see how she's engaged, ready to tackle, she's very defensive.
About 4 weeks. And yesterday another bottle of my beauty cream disappeared.
Got me.
Oh, Mrs. Cleaver, I'll have to hide these in the basement. It smells so out. All right, Minerva.
And she's got her arms crossed. And she's holding all these arrows. She's locked in and engaged. When you feel in that energy, just take a deep breath. Step back. This is just incredible.
Maybe after a few nips.
She's got flames all around her. Don't burn yourself out. Engaging in what you need to do. Do not burn yourself out. Whatever your intuition is.
Minerva, you need to finish the wash today.
And you see the fish here. You are unique and loved. See, like there's a light here, almost as if it's like a guiding light.
We'll talk it over when Minerva feels more nearly herself.
So use your intuition. It'll be your guiding light when you're attempting to do something, when it feels impossible, when it feels like a Herculean task. And most of this energy is mostly saying to take care of your emotions when you're going to tackle your ghost. So like I was saying, it could trigger something with you. Maybe you want to go do something that you've always wanted to do as a kid. So this is it. But break it down to where you can do it. It could take maybe your goals are not very big. Maybe your goals could be something domestic around the house. Maybe your goals are to start a business. Maybe break those up. Do your research. Set aside maybe an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Research something on the internet. And maybe it means to get a book. Maybe it means to get a book to write your goals down. Let me show you something.
Come on.
So this book here was a gift. This was a gift to me when I was in Frisco. This book was actually given to me, and it has an elastic. And in this book, it was blank, but it was blank, but they have written. Let me block some of this off. They wrote some stuff in it for me. And this is not my handwriting. Someone, when they gifted me this book, hey Lynn! They gave me this book, and it says, my past has not defined me, destroyed me, deterred me, or defeated me. It has only strengthened me. So in this book, it was, they gave me some pointers. They actually started it for me. So I'm going to block some of this off as well, as much as I can. So on there they put goals. So they wrote goals, and they put like asterisks on there. And then in each of those goals, they went for forth and put it in there. They started it off for me. And it was blank, like this, just blank. And as you can see, I've torn some pages out here and there over time. So I had this book for, this blank book. I had this for over a year. And whatever my goals were, I wrote it in here. And somebody took the time to make this for me. They took, it looks like wallpaper or something, and they cut it out and pasted it here. I can feel the glue. And then they wrote it in really nice metallic pen for me. It says, brave, smart, unique, fearless. Aww. I haven't read this. I used to just open it and this beautiful, inspirational you. So somebody took the time, after getting to know me, they took the time to create this for me. And I've been using this. And in the very back, there's like a little pocket. So sometimes I wouldn't carry my wallet. I used to carry this around. And then when I would see stuff, inspirational, I would just jot it down. I would jot it down, or I would be talking to business people, and if they didn't have cards, like business cards, I would actually write it in here. And anything I learned in my day, I would write it down. And so this has carried me a long ways. And everything I wrote in here that I said I wanted to do but didn't do it at that time, I've completed it. I did everything I said I wanted to do. I didn't check mark it off or nothing. Sometimes I look at it and I reflect. I reflect back on it, and sometimes it triggers me because it takes me back to a year ago when I first started this journey, when I wasn't here. So the life I'm living right now, a year ago, I didn't have it. Hold on, this is about to go down. I didn't have it. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna create it. And it felt so impossible, and I thought, how am I gonna do this? And I'm all alone, no support, and I had this, and the love of the person that made this for me. I still have it. I still have everything that was gifted to me in the past year. I still have it. I mean, it's not fancy, but to me, it means the world to me, because maybe you need something like this. You may not be old-fashioned like me and have a book. Maybe it could be in your phone. Maybe you could start, I don't know, make it you, make it yours, and just own it. And, you know, and this pocket here has carried money, cards, business cards, stickers, and this book used to be fluffy. It used to be fluffy, and this band here, good thing it stretches. And then it also has this bookmark thing, you know, where you can mark off where you're at. And, you know, this is what I have, and it's carried me a long ways. And I look back on this, and, you know, the other night I was reflecting and looking at it, and it actually triggered me in such a way that I remembered the struggle. But I am glad I used my intuition, and I made it real by writing it down. So whatever makes your emotions run high, whatever it is that makes you want to do things, do it. Whatever it is. do it. Maybe you could find someone to look up to. Maybe someone that's been there, done that. Find them. You know, whoever it is. And which is funny how my book just opened up to what I was talking about, using your intuition and seeking solitude, right? I actually have wrote something about it. It's kind of funny. I will read it. So when you're in solitude, isolation, you could have a great deal of anger, is what I was talking about. And just remember, when you're in that energy, you're resilient. You have a resilient trait, especially if you're a native. You know, we carry the resiliency trait. And do not let your anger, your passionate, all of that, do not let it paralyze you into fear. And do not fear taking a risk. Do not fear taking a risk. And the anger or whatever goals you want to do, if it's too triggering, that it's also telling you that's your phobia. So pay attention to that too. So when this is the con, the downside of setting a goal. Especially if it's something you always wanted to do, and then you start overthinking, you have anxiety, you start overanalyzing. Those are the phobias that are kicking in. And it could also take you back to a time to where maybe when you were a little kid, those triggering memories could be you sitting there thinking about, man, when I grow up, I don't want to do this, or when I grow up, I want to be like this or like that. It could take you back to a time or a place where you were feeling bad, you know? So, as for me, when I was goal setting my goals, that's what happened to me. So, it actually put me in this fire, passionate energy. I was triggered, and I just sought solitude. I just sat with myself, and I listened to myself, my intuition, all of that. And it was definitely a struggle. And my emotions were definitely very high. So let me see what else jumps out at me. And here's a quote that from my book that I wrote down. When you beat down and deny people enough, they become unwilling to see the world as any different. And you lose concept the fact that life could be any different. I actually wrote this down in my book. There's a tremendous sense of powerlessness, and it feels extremely risky. And you've given up on defenses. So just remember, when you're using your intuition, you have that resiliency trait. As natives have that resiliency traits. Because we have those traits because our ancestors have endured so much carnage. Use your intuition through the struggle. when your emotions are running high, especially when it runs real passionate, be careful. Take a step back. Take a step back and talk to the ancestors. That's where your intuition comes from as well. They've been through the struggle. They survived a lot of carnage. That's what you're made of, my native people. You're very resilient because of the ancestors. And listen to them. Listen to them when your emotions are running high. Listen to them when you feel so passionate about something. That could be them. Ooh, I got goosebumps. That could be them telling you, hey baby, I got you. Hi baby, I'm here. I will help you through this. Make your ancestors' dreams come true. Maybe someone in your bloodline. Pros, cons. Maybe just by taking that moment to listen to your intuition, spark passion and fire within yourself. Maybe, you connected to the ancestors. Someone on the other side was like, ooh, I will help you make this happen. Because I wanted to do this, but I never got to. Until then, my natives, my lovely, beautiful natives, just go for it. Whatever you want to do. But also take care of yourself. Okay? Take care of yourself. Have the most beautiful day. I'm going to work on my son's canopy. We live in the city, so even though I have blackout curtains, it doesn't help at night because of, there's still light pollution even though I have blackout curtains. So I went and bought a canopy for the bed, so that, we can close it and black out any more light that's still coming in at night. So that I'm working on that for him, so that trying to prep him for this coming school year, trying to get him situated into a normal sleeping pattern. Because me and him and I, we've been staying up till midnight. And that's not good. We've been staying up late. So I went from 10 to 11 to 12. And I was like, Sen, I don't want your body getting used to this. School's gonna be coming up real quick, and I don't want your sleeping pattern messed up. So that's what I'm working on. So you have a wonderful day, and like I said, you may not require an old-fashioned book like mine. It could be something on your phone. It's an app, or even on your computer, your laptop. Just start small. Write your impossible Herculean goals down. Make it real by writing it down or typing it down, taking a picture of it. I don't know how you want to do this. Everyone is different. But you can do this, and you got this. I love you, my native peoples. We'll talk to you later. You too, Lynn. Take care of yourself. Talk to you later.